start, man, I want to really take it back, man. All the way to Paperboy, man.
Well, Paperboy came along when I was first coming up in the game back in well, I'm not going to tell you the year. You guys are going to have to figure that out yourself. But when a little bit before the G-Funk era came out, I did a song called The Ditty. It went triple platinum. The album went gold. I mean, it was just, it was like the beginning of funk, and it ended up being like one of those one-hit wonders that still gets played today on the radio. So,
To me, you were pretty much one of the founding producers of G-Funk, man. Can you tell me how it was working with Easy, working with Cocaine, Above the Law, Stefan? You dropped some hot stuff, man, and sometimes I think that the platter you served was dropped by the waitress, and the waitress being corporate, man. Can you speak on that a little bit?
Well, yeah, I mean, back in the days, technology wasn't really out there the way it was, the way it is now. I think it's done changed the game. So a lot of stuff that we were doing, me, Battle Cat, Chill, Quick, a lot of the music that we were doing was real innovative, and the West Coast had a sound. Right now, the sound is not being pushed because we're all still doing music. We're all still in the lab 24/7. It's turned into a pop world, and a lot of producers or beat makers, they can afford to go buy Reasons and Logic. Like the basic computer now, if you really think about it, has some sort of a music program on it. If you get a Mac, you're gonna get GarageBand. So it's a lot of that stuff is affordable. But the stuff that we were doing back then, we didn't have a lot of technology, so we thought more on the process of what we were doing to make you guys love it. And when I did those songs, I thought about the club tempo, what the ladies are like, what the fellas are like, and I tried to stay with that, from being around in DJ cliques. So it's been pretty crazy. The game is done went up and down in the music, and now it's a viral campaign. It's more about branding. Everything is marketable, just like everything is online. The youngsters are really making a move because they're Twittering, they're MySpace, and they're Facebooking, they're streaming. So they're able to do a lot of the self-promotion, themselves. Where back then, you had to wait for the record to come out. You know what I'm saying? You go to a record store, and if they push the date back, then you mad because you waiting on to buy the CD. It wasn't, the bootlegging thing wasn't cracking as much as it is now. So it's a pretty different game than it was back then. But like I said, I tried to make the music for the people, and I try to catch people's souls. So And
one thing that intrigues me is how Eazy-E was a pioneer. How'd you end up hooking up with him?
Hooked up with Eazy-E through a friend of mine named Tracy. Her name was Tracy Jarnigan, and she was the mother of one of his children. And I was doing some music for her, and she was like, you got a hot song on the radio right now. My baby daddy, he might want to get some tracks from you. So I'm like, get out of here. She wouldn't tell me who he was. So at the time, that's when Paperboy was on the radio getting played. They were wearing it out, and she gave him my number, and he hit me on the pager, the pager back then. So his code was like 187, and I hit him back, and I went to the studio probably maybe 2 or 3 times because he wasn't really into the G-Funk. He liked a lot of hip hop, kind of gangster type of shit. So, I went in there and played him some of the stuff that I was doing because I was on death row at first. Yeah, that's where I was. That's kind of how the whole thing kind of spiraled. I used to be hanging. I used to hang with Suge every day, Jewel, all of them, Snoop, and I did one of my first songs I did was on the Deep Cover soundtrack. Yeah, with DJ Unknown, and that was Down With My Nigga. And Snoop wrote the hook, and I did the beat. Unknown came in there and did what he did. and it was pretty, it was pretty amazing at the time. Like a lot of times when you're moving so fast, and, you catch a glimpse of fame and you're going so fast, you don't think about how the time goes by. But a lot has changed in the music game since back in the days, you know what I mean? Since before Pac and Biggie got killed, So that's pretty much it. Yeah, I met Easy through her, and we got together and we started. At first, I was trying to tell him how bad he was about to get dissed. You know what I mean? Because I was over there and I was like, dude, you about to really, they about to really destroy your career on the radio. So, he was doing a lot of stuff that really wasn't tight, And Dre Day had came out. And when Dre Day came out, I was inside of Larry Parker's. I don't know if you remember Larry Parker's. It was a big, like a hangout, sort of like this, kind of like a bar and grill. And Dre Day came on the radio. Well, actually on the video. They showed the video. Everybody turned around and looked at me like, wow, what are you gonna do now? So I kind of thought like, okay, well if I'm gonna diss somebody, I'm gonna make a beat that's more like twisted, similar to that one, but more, because to me he was, out of everybody, he seemed more G, you know what I'm saying? And he was probably the realest out the whole camp, you know what I mean? When it comes to not being Hollywood. So, that's when I came up with Compton City G's, and, it just ended up being one of the biggest diss records, next to No Vaseline and a lot of LL's records. So it's something that stayed with history throughout the time of my career. So.
Can you talk about some of the projects you're on right now and let us know like what's going on and what's about to come out from you?
Yeah. Well, right now I've been in Atlanta a lot. I've been doing a lot of pop music. I have a camp full of writers and producers, and I kind of lead them, teach them the music game. We're writing a lot of songs to get a lot of placements on a lot of new artists that are out. I'm still producing, everybody out here on the West, everybody that's working on a new record, I'm gonna be on it. I'm doing a lot of jerk music. That's a big thing. The jerk thing is here, so you can't stop it. The youngsters is in the game, so don't get mad. Just stay 25 for the rest of your career. If you want to be a producer, you got to be 25 for the rest of your career and be innovative. Don't listen to what's on the radio. Try to be you. That come from the heart. Make your own kits too. Put all your own kits and your snares and your samples, and just be innovative. But I've been in Atlanta doing a lot of stuff with Bone Crusher. Everybody out there just staying relative to the game, and I've been doing a lot of mixing a lot of records because I love doing that. So it's been I'm blessed. I'm staying in the game, and I'm gonna be here till I'm pushing up daisies. The Genie, Rhythm D, Megacron.com. Turn your computer on.